You know when sometimes you have one of those episodes in which you learn so much, when a lot of stuff is just shared and revealed? Yeah, this is not one of them. Hey everyone, welcome to the second review for True Blood Season 6. This episode is titled The Sun. The sun in the sky, not the sun. It doesn't matter. It's the sun. So, per usual, a lot of stuff happened in this episode. Let's do a quick rundown. Kid update. Sam loses Emma and Andy can't handle his kids. We are introduced to Warlow. I mean, I think it's Warlow. You know, we get sidetracked a lot. We think it's one character, but it's really not. But if it's Warlow, it looks like a badass Warlow. So that should be pretty interesting. Humans fighting back. I told you in my advanced review, this would be the seasons of the humans. And my God, they're coming. They're coming strong. They have bullets. They're silver and have UV light in them. I mean, hello. That's kind of awesome. And they even have these contact lenses that protect you against glamoring. You know, science is awesome, right? Speaking of humans, Eric going undercover, trying to get the governor to change his mind. That did not quite work out well. But you know, props to him for going back and glamoring the governor's daughter. That was pretty badass. Side note, I didn't know Eric could fly. I knew he could jump really high, but I didn't know he could float in the air. Is that well known? Did I miss this? Moving on to the Stackhouses. Well, we found out that the stranger from last episode was not Warlow. Now, I like Rutger Hauer as the grandfather, but I feel like the character is not very, how can I say this? Specific? I mean, he's explaining all this stuff about how Warlow is up after their family, but he doesn't really tell them why. It's just like, oh yeah, he's been after us for millennia. Can you be more specific? One thing we find out is that Sookie has a very nuclear bomb in her that will just take out vampires right away. Why that was never used before against Warlow is a separate issue altogether. Let's not go into that. That would be too specific. Speaking of Sookie, my God, what is up with Sookie and strangers? See someone just lying in the street. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take you and bring you into my house and I'll ask your name later. That seems like a prudent way of doing this. At some point, even Sookie herself was like, I shouldn't be walking around with handsome strangers. Yes, Sookie, you should not be walking around with handsome strangers. I think we've established that in season 1, 2, 3. So Bill has a chat with Lilith in which we find out that he's not a god, and that's pretty much it. The entire episode, the whole conversation, we don't find out anything. And really, he just needs to trust what he sees and he will save them all. Okay? Again, specific! Can you be more specific? Definitely my favorite moment of the episode was when Jessica was praying and then we were panning to all these different characters. It was a really sweet and just good moment where we're just looking at this whole thing, because as we're following each episode, we kind of get bogged down in each storyline, but we forget that it's this entire sort of like crazy dysfunctional family that's doing all these crazy things together. So it was a good moment. I liked it. So overall, I liked this episode. It wasn't my favorite, but I have to say that it did establish quite a few things that might be pretty awesome with the whole Warlow storyline and the suspicious Ben and all this other crazy stuff that can evolve throughout the season. I wasn't crazy about the fact that there was a distinct lack of specificity in some characters telling other characters what was up. But hey, that's True Blood, right? Before I conclude this review, I'm gonna do you another favor because I also watched episode 3 of True Blood Season 6 and I wanted to share a little bit of a tease. So say hello to teaser time! Oh yeah, teaser. For the next episode, which is titled You're No Good, I can tell you a few things. Eric makes an interesting connection. Yes? Get what I'm... Yeah. Someone, and I'm not saying who, decides to take in some sun. Yikes. And And I will leave you with a quote from none other than our good old Jason, who says, did I get him? Anyway, guys, that's what I thought of the episode. What did you think of the episode? What was your favorite part? What was the part you had an issue with? Comment below, let me know. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to share it with your friends. Make sure to add it to your favorites. All those things are good for your karma. And if you're new to this channel, you need to fix that right now and subscribe so that you cannot miss a single more review of True Blood Season 6. Again with the accent. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye. Just be more specific. Specific.